Hey everyone, Skull902 here, and today we're going to be looking at my favorite of the classic or classic-inspired Sonic games, Sonic 3 and Knuckles. So, yeah! Again with the yeah. But yeah, this game is, like, it was released in 1994, but I should explain, like, it's like two games in one. Because the first thing was, like, Sonic 3 was released in February 1994, and then Sonic and Knuckles was released in October of 1994, and with the power of lock-on technology, you put the two game cartridges together, and you get Sonic 3 and Knuckles, or two other things, but I'll be talking about the other things in the extras video, which, quick announcement. Quick announcement, I'm going to be working on the Sonic 2 and Sonic 3 extras videos at the same time, so they'll be after this run. I know the Sonic 2 extras video has been like fucking years in the making, but you know, whatever. So here we have the special stage. This is easily the best special stage in my opinion for the classic Sonic series. It is Blue Sphere. Basically the point is you've got to get all the spheres to get the Chaos Emerald. Now what I just did was I circled around a square of spheres to circled around a square. That's wonderful right there. But I circled around the spheres to make rings out of them, and that's how you get the perfect bonuses. I can get the perfect bonuses on the first 5 Chaos Emerald special stages, blah blah blah. But like I only bother doing it in 3 of them, and I have also been able to do it in 2 of the Super Emerald stages as well, but I didn't bother trying because of like you know, I play this on no save mode, and like I was just really intimidated. For the lack of a better term, because like at that point it's make or break. I have like this internal mental thing about getting all the Chaos Emeralds on the first try, and since there's 14 special stages as opposed to 7, you know, things were a little more intense, and especially since you can't get the other 7 until after the halfway point of the game, so you know, whatever. But I'll be talking more about that as we get to Mushroom Hill. That'll be part 7. So just like, because you know, again, just nerve-wracking. But again, I will talk about that later. So in Sonic 3 Knuckles, you saw me circle through them in the options, but it was Sonic alone, Sonic and Tails, Tails alone, or Knuckles. In Sonic 3, it's the same options as Sonic 2, so Sonic, Tails, and then Sonic and Tails. In Sonic and Knuckles, it's just Sonic and Knuckles as the options, but you know, in this one, it really is the definitive experience. It combines all the options and shit. So, yeah. And like Sonic 2, I am playing as Sonic by himself, because Tails really does get in the way. Tails, you know, he's a good boy, but sometimes he can just be a little too how should I say, eager to help. And that will eventually cost you. So I just pick Sonic by himself out of habit, because it's a more manageable experience. Not that playing with Tails is you know, your tag along really is that much more hard, but it's a little bit more of a risk, especially during boss fights. So that's why I didn't pick him during Sonic 2, and that's why I didn't choose to have him along in this one. So I'm sorry, Tails fans. but I played Tails in Sonic 1 and Sonic Chaos as Tails to make up for that, so hopefully that That means I'm good in your eyes. Tails fans, please. Please forgive me. But enough of begging. Like, let's get into the plot of this game, because unlike Sonic 1 or Sonic 2, the plot is actually more of an element in this one. So, from what I understand, the game takes place like pretty much immediately after Sonic 2, like no more than a couple days, which is why Sonic has the Chaos Emeralds at the beginning of the game. And I think it's like he hears about Angel Island and how it's supposed to be, you know, floating in the air, but it like crash lands in the ocean. So he wants to know what's going down, what's up, you know, because he's a good boy and he wants to save the day. Meanwhile, Dr. Robotnik, whose Death Egg crashed onto Angel Island, which then crashed into the ocean, was you know, he was on Angel Island after the crash and everything, and so he runs into Knuckles, the protector of the island, and then Eggman, I guess to save himself from an ass kicking, was just like, oh, Knuckles, I'm the good guy here. You see, there's this douchebag named Sonic. And he's got all these robots and stuff. It's a really bad situation. You gotta help me. And I think, like, Eggman takes the Master Emerald, though he steals it later, but I'm... Actually, is that a plot inconsistency? Because, like, the Master Emerald, for all intents and purposes, is, like, in the spot that it's supposed to be in. But the island crashed into the ocean anyway, so is that from the Death Egg, or... yeah, whatever. So, basically that's the plot. We gotta convince Knuckles that Eggman's a douchebag, and until then he's gonna be setting up some traps for us. He's gonna be helping Eggman along, because Eggman tricked him, which kind of becomes Knuckles' thing in a few of the games. Or, well, the only other one I can think of right now is Sonic Adventure, but fuck it. Whatever, Knuckles is gullible. So we gotta stop them. We gotta turn Knuckles back to the side of good. Not that he ever really left. Again, he was tricked. And we gotta stop Eggman from getting the Death Egg back up into operations and, you know, all that lovely shit. So, yeah, at the end of Act 1, which, Jesus Christ, that was minutes ago now, you saw the sign. It's not just something you pass, it's something that you can, like, play around with, and that's an interesting little bit, you know, that like, you can do that for extra points, which is neat. I quite like it. It is fun to just fuck around and spin the sign, you know, endlessly until you like can't get it anymore. So there's that, but there's actually a point to it. There are some item boxes that are hidden in the end screens for all the Act 1s, or at least all the acts that have the sign, except for Death Egg Zone, and I think Act 1 for Launch Base as Knuckles. There could be more, but I'm fairly certain those are the only exceptions. Well, there's also the one-act zones too, like Hidden Palace and Sky Sanctuary that don't even have a sign. But you know, it's a good way to get some rings to start off the next act. You could add to your ring bonus, but I think it's a smarter strategy to wait until the second act starts and then get the rings, because you know, who doesn't want to start off with some protection? You may have also seen that I started off Act 2 with the Fire Shield, which, again, a lot of stuff to introduce here. but like the act transitions are seamless. So you keep your shield between Act 1 and 2. Now, unfortunately, it doesn't go zone to zone, but hey, that's more than what Sonic 1, Sonic 2, and CD would give you. So good stuff. Good stuff. I quite like that. So we also have the elemental shields making their debut in this game. We've seen all three of them by this point. The fire shield, the lightning shield, and the bubble shield. The fire shield protects you from fire and gives you a forward dash. The lightning shield gives you a double jump and protects from the very rare electrical attack. Except for those fucking floors in Death Egg Zone. What the fuck? That's an electrical attack. and the fucking electric shield doesn't protect you from it. I want my money back, Sega. But grievances aside, the bubble shield, which we currently have equipped, gives you a bounce attack, like a higher bounce, and also prevents you from drowning, which is a good deal. Which is definitely a good deal. I quite like that, and you know the different shields are definitely welcome additions to this kind of gameplay. I really like the I really like them, and you know, it's just good shit. I quite like them, and yeah, that was horrible, but yeah. So this is the first bonus game of 3 that we're going to be seeing. Basically, you've got to like, you know, navigate your way up to the top with these electro balls, which is a weird thing to say, while avoiding the helix at the bottom. And this, like all the bonus games, are pretty much just to nab you some extra goodies. This one and the gumball machine give you like shields and extra lives. The roulette one, or not roulette, the slot machine one, basically just gives you rings. But you know, they're all fine, except for, of course, when you get 3 Robotniks in the slot machine, which makes me very sad. Now, I want to take a little break to mention Monkey Dude while we still have some time here. Monkey Dude is the first enemy in the entire game that you see in Angel Island Zone, and I can quite proudly say that Monkey Dude is a great god. Monkey Dude is fucking amazing. Monkey Dude is life. And I, again, will be proud to say something else, which is neither in this run or the Knuckles run did I kill any of the Monkey Dudes in Angel Island Zone. So, fuck yeah. Praise Monkey Dude. Anyway, here's the boss. Simple, even though I did get hit. It's a good idea to have the fire shield there because he shoots fire. You know, it's a perfect first boss, really. You know, it's simple, but not like too terribly easy or anything. But yeah, so enough of my rambling. This has been part 1. I thank you all for watching, and I will see you next time. Have yourselves a wonderful day.
Well, that sucked. Wonder where Tails went.
How is this even possible? This is the worst case of retro-era knockback ever! No matter. Sonic, I'm coming!